Hello, it's Miss Tribbiani here. I hope you're doing well. Guess what? It is the last week of school, and this is your last math lesson in first grade. So let's go ahead and get started. This math lesson is all about equal parts, and this is the week 3 lesson. Go ahead and grab your math book and a pencil so you can follow along with me. First, we are going to review shapes, and then we're going to talk about how shapes can be divided into equal parts and what that means. So we have rectangle, square, you can go ahead and say them with me, circle, trapezoid, and triangle. So last week we talked about counting the sides and the vertices. Remember, the sides are these straight lines that go from one point to another. That is a side. And then the vertices are where two sides meet, the corner or the points. So I want you right now to point to the shape that has 4 sides. And there may be more than one. I hope you're thinking rectangle, square, and trapezoid. Point to the shape that has 3 vertices. Which one is it? Hope you're thinking the triangle. 1, 2, 3. Point to the shape that doesn't have any sides or vertices. Good. That is the circle. Okay, now on to talking about equal parts, which leads us to our learning target. It says, I will count how many equal parts are in a shape and draw lines to show equal parts. So that's what we will be doing in this lesson. This card says equal parts. So here's 2 different squares. This square is divided into 2 equal parts. And then this one has 4 equal parts. Now let's read the back. Equal parts are parts of a whole that are the same size. So we've talked about that word equal before. Equal means that it's the same. So equal parts are the same size of the whole. Now, here is whole. Here's a circle. It has 4 equal parts. If I have all 4 parts shaded or colored in, that means I have all of it, the whole. So whole is the entire amount or all of the parts. So we have the words equal parts and whole. Let's go ahead and get started. Here are 3 different shapes that are divided into equal parts. This is a 6-sided shape, which is a hexagon. And there's this line here. If you trace that line right now, that divides the hexagon into 2 parts, which are, remember what these are? Trapezoids. So that is 2 equal parts. Now, if we look at this triangle and we draw a line here, here, and here, I could take these smaller triangles and I could fit 4 into them. See how they would all be the same. Those are equal parts. So that's 4 equal parts. And then we have the square. You draw a line here. And then if you draw another line, it's made up of 4 equal parts. Or 4 of these smaller squares that are all the same size. Okay, so these shapes are cut or divided into equal parts. Now make sure you have your math book with you and a pencil, and you need to be on page 682. see and show. A whole can be separated into equal parts or equal shares. Equal parts of the whole are the same size. So remember, the whole is when you have the entire amount or all of the parts. So here is this square, and it was separated into 4 equal parts. So I'm going to trace the 4. Now here's the same square separated into only 2 equal parts. They had to draw 2 lines here to make 4 equal parts and just 1 line here. Now the directions here say write how many equal parts. So you're not going to be drawing any lines. You're just counting how many equal parts it is separated into. So this square has 2. Go ahead and write 2. Now go ahead and write how many equal parts are in this circle. Remember, you're not drawing anything. How many? Hope you wrote 4. Okay, next part says draw lines to show equal parts. So this time we actually do have to draw lines. We're not just counting. So this one needs to be 2 equal parts. So here's the whole. I want 2 parts. And what if I start here and I just draw 1 line? Are they equal? Are they the same size? Good. You need to make sure that they are the same size. Let's say I had this triangle and I chose to draw a line right here. Are those equal parts? There's 2 parts, but are they equal? Are they the same size? No, this part is bigger. Great. Number 4. This rectangle needs to be into 4 equal parts. How can I do this one? First, I'm going to put it into 2. So I'm going to draw a line here. And then I'm going to draw another line. But I need to make sure it's right in the middle so they're equal. Just do my best. And there's the 4 equal parts. So go ahead and make sure that you have that done. Here you're writing how many, and here you're drawing the lines to show equal parts. Now talk math. Let's talk about some math. How do you know when parts are equal? So how do I know that these parts are equal, but those aren't? What are you thinking? I'm thinking that I know parts are equal when they look like they're the same size. So here, this big rectangle is made up of 4 smaller rectangles that are all the same size. So that's how I know the parts are equal, when they are the same size. Okay, let's go on to page 683, the On My Own page. This is what you will be doing on your own. I'll read the directions to you. It says write how many equal parts. Okay, so you're not drawing anything. You're just going to count and write how many equal parts like we did on the other page. And then here it says draw lines to show equal parts. So make sure when you're drawing the lines that it's in these. So this one has to have 4 equal parts. So they need to be the same size. And this one has to have 2 equal parts. So let's say if I have this square. And then I'm just like, oh, okay, 4 equal parts. And I go like this and this. I have 4 parts. But are they equal? No. So I'm going to have to try again. And this time I'm going to need to be a little more careful to make sure that the parts are the same size. So I'm going to draw here, and then I need to go right here to make them equal. Okay, so try your best to do that. And then the last one says circle the shape that shows equal parts. Okay, and you can do that. Now, on to the next page, problem solving. I'll read these to you, and then you need to try your best to answer them. I know they can be kind of tricky. Jasmine cuts her sandwich into 2 equal parts. Circle Jasmine's sandwich. Number 13. Damon is sharing a pie equally with 3 friends. How many equal parts does he need? Okay, and you can just draw right here. Remember, it's Damon and his 3 friends. So if they're each going to have 1 piece of pie, how many parts should there be? And then the hot problem. Isabel and Katie cut this pizza to share with their 2 friends. Tell why they are wrong, make it right. So first, look at this. How many parts are there? And then are those even equal? Would that be fair? And it's Isabel, Katie, and 2 friends. So that is right there. 2 people plus 2 more people. That's 4 people total. So what is wrong about this? And make it right. Okay, when you are done with those pages, if you're thinking, I want to keep doing some more with equal parts, then you can do the homework pages. So when you are doing these pages, you need to show that you can do this. It says, I will count how many equal parts are in a shape and draw lines to show equal parts. Remember, equal means they are the same size. Now, I want to show you some other word cards that I have. If I have a shape that is separated into 4 equal parts, those are called fourths. Now, when you get into 2nd grade, you're going to be learning about fractions. Okay, so that's why we need to learn about equal parts first, and then you're going to learn all about fractions. So fourths are 4 equal parts of a whole. Each part is a quarter or fourth of the whole. So if I just have one of these colored in, I would have 1/4 of the rectangle. Now this one says halves, and look how many parts that is, 2. So halves are 2 equal parts of a whole. Each part is a half of the whole. So if I have a candy bar and I break it in half, I am breaking it into 2 parts. Maybe I have 1/2 and I give the other half to somebody else. When you are done with all of these pages, you can rip them out, the ones that you needed to complete that I listed on the paper, and then just put them in with your packet in the Ziploc bag when you turn it in on Friday. Do not turn in your whole math book because there's a lot of other pages in there that we didn't get to do, and I would like you to work on those this summer as good practice. Okay, so do not turn in your math book on Friday. You can just tear out the pages that you did and then put them in with your packet in the Ziploc bag. Thank you for learning math with me today. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Make good choices. Bye.